Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeff. So in this video, I'm going to check out BTS's Black Swan performance on the Mellow Music Awards this year. I know that there's a lot of requests for the MMA, but the most requested one is the Black Swan performance, and that's why that's the only one I'm going to cover today, because this one's 17 minutes, and unfortunately it's already like 11:55. I just finished reacting to 5 hours of Mama, so I'm a little bit exhausted. But I knew you guys wanted me to look at this. So what we're gonna do is take a look at it, and then if I have any analysis, then I'll do a little bit of that. But yeah, as I mentioned, I did react to Mama 2020, but that one is going to be blocked if I try to upload it on YouTube because of copyright for Mnet. So yeah, it's available on Patreon. Links down below. Okay, let's go. Be there. Aww. Constellations. I just realized that when they spelled J-Hope. V? It's like really finding constellations in the stars. That was a great transition. J-Hope man, oh no, Jungkook. Beautiful. Yes, dancers. Shit. He just like jumped on it. No hesitation whatsoever. Whoa! Oh, I was gonna say that was like a great ripple effect. That was like a huge one. Jimin! What's going on there? What the fuck, partner work? Shit, that was beautiful. I saw the image on Twitter, but like that's the first time I'm seeing it in motion. Oh my god, Jin! RM! I love the slow motion effects. Is this V and J-Hope? This is a partnership I've never seen before. Oh, I love that they wear masks. What? They just changed freaking clothes so quickly. I'm sure it's a cut, right? Look at Jimin. Oh my god, my love. Beautiful. Like even with like the dancers, the imagery that they're making. This art, that was so classy. They're not gonna do the whole Black Swan choreo? We're gonna watch this a little bit and pause and like stuff. Like this is just so grand. The production, the choreography, it's very reminiscent to like a grand ballet performance. That epicness scale of it, and you know, like on those kind of occasions, you don't go wearing jeans and stuff. Like this is a performance where you put on stage and then people have to put on tuxedos and ball gowns to attend to, like that kind of performance. That's what happened in ballet. Like you have to dress to the nines, like the Tony Awards. Like this is that level. Like that jump is just so effortless. He didn't hesitate at all. Like he jumped on that even without seeing them kind of like, what is it, link arms. Because if, yeah, like look, he jumps he jumps without it. That is trust and in the choreography and the dancers. Not a lot of people will do that, because what if they don't link arms on time? You're fucked. And these dancers, like, it's just so amazing. So what's happening there, it's quite far. So Jimin went under, or was it? Yeah, Jimin went, Jungkook was over, and then Jimin was under him. Great switch there. I wish it was a little bit closer so that we can see it, but we might get a dance practice version, so I might be able to dissect it there better. There's a lot of support here, and then this. And this was just so strategic. There's definitely a ballet term for that. I'm not too aware of that because, as you guys know, I did learn ballet, but I wasn't on terms. Like, I wasn't well versed on terms. I'm sure there's a term for that. But I have seen that before, and I've done that. I was Jungkook, basically. So this whole thing, it's a full momentum. The wetness of the floor really adds to the momentum for that, and the smoothness of the way he's turning there. It's just as much work from Jimin and as opposed to just Jungkook doing all the work. It's a team effort for sure. If Jungkook is the only one doing that, it's gonna be too draggy and it's not gonna look as smooth. So they're both supporting each other, and while Jungkook is kind of like doing the momentum, Jimin is the one kind of actually just rotating for him. Sure, there's a lot of strength in the way Jungkook does this, but if Jimin was slouchy, if he just let Jungkook do all the work. So basically what Jimin has to do is really maintain form, for kind of like stiffen a little bit at the core so that there's weight to him, and then Jungkook can use that weight. It's like when you're mixing vegetables, right? Like, it's like that motion, and Jimin needs to have a little bit of control there for him to be able to actually rotate. Otherwise, you're just sloppy. Like, try it with your sibling or something. Then if you're just slouchy, and then it's the sibling that's just like doing that, it's not gonna look as smooth. And then it comes on. He stands up. And then he uses that kick to basically go on Jungkook's shoulder. So yeah, he kicks here, boom, and then Jimin gives Jungkook time to get under. He suspends the upper leg just a little bit higher and just a hair longer, so that Jungkook will have time to go under him. Because if Jimin just did it like quickly, Jungkook doesn't have enough time to go under, and it may not match. And that match will be very crucial to this lift that they're doing. That's what it's called. It's not a jump, it's not a carry, it's a lift. So it needs to be in that proper spot for Jimin to be able to be lifted as smoothly as how they're doing it. So it goes on like that, and then as Jungkook brings him up, Jimin goes into that position. It's almost like a like an axel, like in figure skating, like that kind of form, because that centers you. There's physics in it. I don't know what it is, but there's physics in it. Ask figure skaters. But there's physics in the form of this, because then your sense of gravity and weight is centered enough for you to be able to be lighter. And like I've mentioned on my channel before, you need to hold, or Jimin needs to hold his core and tighten just a little bit, keep that center, so that it's easier for Jungkook to carry him. Although Jungkook is very strong and he works out and all of that, Jimin still has weight, right? So him helping him is what's happening here. That's partner work. That's teamwork. That's how partner work in dance happens. You need to be together instead of if Jimin was slouchy again, it would be sloppy. Jungkook would have a hard time lifting him up. There you go. It lifts it up. I mean, he lifts him up. It. There. Okay, so it doesn't actually stay on the shoulders. It's not on the shoulders that he lifted him from. It's actually over here. But this beautiful lines of Jimin is just stunning. Stunning! Like, look, his bend, his positions. I am so happy that Jimin is able to maintain this kind of artistry from his training. It's been years since he trained in contemporary. And ballet, that speaks to his level of maintenance and just talent overall, because he's able to maintain what he did. It's just gorgeous. Look, that turn. Mind you, Jungkook has a lot of support here as well. That's a quite like a lot of turns too. So and then he goes into that jump. So this whole combination after combination takes a lot of energy and stamina, and it's so quick too. A lot of this is definitely Jungkook's ability to be able to support Jimin, because at the same time, as much as Jimin needs to work on the form, Jungkook needs to be strong. And he is. Because if you try this with somebody who isn't as strong, or who can't carry you, that kind of thing, it's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna hurt you. So it's a great combo. It's a great combination. These two have always had such chemistry with dancing. And then he goes into that finale of that lift. So again, he need Jimin, core, form, and then kind of like jump up, kind of like give a little bit of hop, so that Jungkook can use that to raise him up, like Simba. And then here, same idea with Jin and RM. I think there's a cut there. There's definitely a cut there. Yeah, because like Jungkook and Jimin are not there anymore. Yeah. So it looks like Jin and RM are on the shoulders of the dancers, but it's so graceful. And then they do a little bit of pirouette there. It's not a full-on pirouette, like there's no, oh, and shit. And then this, it's not that, so that one isn't a full-on pirouette, the form, but it borrows from it. It borrows from the momentum, like, because they did this and then turning. So that creates momentum when you're turning. And then, yeah, RM slides under, Jin goes over. RM has the ability to do that because there's the ground is wet. So, but at the same time, he still needs to control that, because otherwise he'd like go way to the other side of the room, and then he won't be able to get up. And then here, we got J-Hope and V. Yeah, so same idea with that arm, with that lift. They really need to strengthen their arms, especially over here. Kind of like if you're pretend like you have pails, like you have a couple of pails with water, then you do that kind of to stabilize that, and of course your core. Again, a lot of it is core. That's why dancers have abs. When you're being lifted like that, because then one, it won't hurt you, and then two, the dancers will have a lot easier time carrying you. I really wish that they went to full-on Black Swan choreo. This is beautiful. This imagery the dancers are creating. Look at the point toes. It's just amazing. Yeah. Wow, this was a almost 3-minute video, and then I was able to. It's so long. Final thoughts is just I wish that Black Swan they actually did the full choreo of Black Swan in a grander scale. Like, I mean, this is quite grand. It's a great intro, but of course I love the choreo. You guys know that. I've reacted to Black Swan so many times on this channel. Like, that is like one of my favorites this year, choreo-wise. And the way they execute it is just amazing. Well, thank you guys for watching with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, do like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure you tick that notification bell so you don't miss any content from me. And if you'd like to get to know more about me, do check out my Instagram and Twitter down below.